guys and gals, never hear from Drake Queen Game, and some of you on Twitter. Now some of y'all know me on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Winds of Change. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let me see if I've done all the options in that one.
Wait!
Back. How do you like being a scribe in training?
It's pretty great, actually. Everything is given to me by Valenorth. Money, food, a house, you name it. I work with Vanessa more than you, though. I'm kind of disappointed about that. We tend to roleplay real scenarios. She'll take on your role, and I'll take on hers. Playing a scribe for a scribe. Best possible training. Unfortunately, I doubt I'll ever be a real one.
Do you get input on who my scribe is?
I don't think there's any protocol for that. But I assume Milas has the final word there. Or whoever the Elder is at any given time. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. But I hope you're not trying to say Vanessa is bad. Is there something I'm not seeing here?
Actually, much prefer to work with you, Fortaime. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can do that. And then the next one will be like Vanessa, I think.
Whoa, are you serious? I got the feeling that I kind of annoyed you. Sorry, I don't know how to respond to that. But I really don't think I can be your scribe. I can only take over if something happens to Vanessa. And trust me, I really don't want that to happen. We'll have to find other ways to work together. Or we could even hang out in our off time. There's no rule against doing that.
What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I really love climbing trees. Aside from that, I love reading and cleaning. It's a simple life here. But I have no problem with it. I have a lot of time off. Way more than Vanessa. Honestly, I think I only do half of what she does. Just means I need to keep myself occupied. If you see me with cuts and bruises, don't freak out. I'm pushing myself to the limits, climbing bigger trees. Before you know it, I'll be on top of the grand tree.
Sounds fun. Maybe I'll join you.
Wait, seriously? That sounds awesome! I'll have to choose something easy then. I don't want to throw you right into it. Valenorth needs you, and I won't screw that up. But it might be fun having an apprentice to teach.
How long have you been in training?
About 5 years less than Vanessa. After the Triumvirate took over Mazeo, we were scared. So I think it was a worst-case scenario type of thing. Some people say that Mila's father trained him too. That's why he was able to take over so easily. That means he's like me, but for the position of Elder.
It's like, no, water time. What happened in Mazeo?
You must be messing with me. Is this a test? I'd rather not talk about that, if it's all the same. At least approach the subject a little more casually.
What was that about? Let's see that.
Some people say that Mila's father trained him too. That's...
I hope nothing ever happens to Vanessa.
Same. That would be awful. We're definitely like a small family here. I couldn't live without either of you. I feel weird, existing as a failsafe. But I'm free to do much more in my spare time. I love this position, and I'm glad to know both of you.
Ever thought about a job on the side?
I don't think I'm really allowed to do that. The training I go through is already mentally exhausting. I need to devote my spare time to blowing off steam. Of course, this is under Milas' orders. I'm sure I could handle something if I really wanted, but getting in trouble with him really isn't worth it.
What could you do if you could?
To be honest, I just like helping people. So probably cleaning up here and there, keeping tidy. I consider a day successful if I've made someone else smile. Maybe I could be a problem solver or something. People always need some help, so I'd never go bored. It would always involve something new and exciting. Of course, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Milas says I'm not allowed to do any extra work. Training has to be my most important focus.
I could offer you some under the table work.
That sounds awesome. It really does. But I'd never hear the end of it from Milas. If I overload my brain with work, I'll slip up. He says I always need to be at the ready. Unfortunately, that leads to a lot of waiting around. Who would have thought too much spare time is an issue? That's why I do things I can always cut short. Climbing a tree? Just hop down and try again later. Cleaning? Just stop. The mess isn't going anywhere.
It's pretty harsh of Miles' demand.
I could think of much worse things to do. Considering that, it's not too bad on my end. My life is simple, and there's some beauty in that. You and Vanessa always seem so busy. I'd rather stay in my situation than be overworked. I'm sure you cope with it, but I doubt I could. I hope I never have to step up either. That would mean something terrible happened to Vanessa. I don't even want to think about that. Let's move on.
Have you ever thought about quitting as a scribe in training?
Oh no, I could never do that to you. You need me, and all of Valinor needs me. I'm not as important, but I'm still important. We're almost as important as the Elder, actually. He even looks to us for guidance sometimes. I love the job. It just has some downsides. I wouldn't mind leaving Valinor one day, but that's probably just because I'm not allowed to. You know what they say about wanting what you can't have.
Do you like living in Valinor?
Yeah, it's great here. Sometimes I wish I could leave, but it's dangerous out there. Mazeo is the closest city, and we all know what happened there. Balteus would be way too cold for me, and Alarinthia would be way too warm. I think we have it perfect right here.
What can you tell me about Balteus?
Well, it's really far up north. The Triumvirate is stationed there. I've heard their castle is amazing. But I don't think too many people live there. From what I've read, it's full of their most loyal subjects. So they're honor guard, and prospective generals. I've heard they have a grand library, though. In Valinor, my reading material is really limited. I'd say a library like that makes up for the cold.
What can you tell me about Alarinthia?
The tribal lands, to the far east. I know very little about Alarinthia, except that it's hot. You have to be really strong to live in a place like that. And that's who lives there, mostly. They take strength very seriously, and hold tournaments. Fighting is a big deal. It determines who holds the throne. But there's barely any books on it here. I'm really only educated on Valinor and Mazeo. Maybe someone else could teach you about Alarinthia.
Can you tell me about Mazeo?
It's the trade hub of Alestia, full of docks and ships. I really hate talking about this, so I'll make it quick. It's been over 20 years since the Triumvirate occupied it. They put a trade ban in effect as soon as they did. It doesn't affect me too much, except for a type of apple. My parents used to treat me with them when I was younger. Hopefully one day they remove the stupid ban. They say it keeps order on things, but I'm not sure. More laws just means more rules to break, right?
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, Mazeo is a really interesting place. Everyone said the force they used to occupy it was justified. Eliminating piracy and bringing the law to Mazeo was necessary.
Maybe one day we'll get to leave Valinor.
That would be cool, but I highly doubt it. We have strict orders to remain in Valinor at all times, and Miles isn't the type of guy to let anyone break the rules. It's been this way for thousands of years. I don't think we'll get any special treatment. I mean, we can dream, but it won't really go anywhere.
I'm pretty hopeful, actually.
Oh yeah? What makes you think that? Actually, don't tell me. I don't want to get my hopes up. It took me long enough to come to terms with it the first time.
Alright, looks like we are done chatting here. Okay, to the map. Alright, I've cleared everything there. Let's go to the town square. The town square is a serene and beautiful place, like usual. A far cry from how I saw it in last night's vision. I take a deep breath and relax. We're all safe.
Hey, nice to see you again. I was starting to worry you might be late. Thankfully, we still have time to spare.
She runs up to me and gives me a tight hug. I glance over at Fortaime and he appears embarrassed.
Oh my, is this a hint of romance I see? And in public too? People will start to talk.
You're a dork.
Shut it, Fortaime! Nobody asked you. I was just excited to see the Seeress.
Her reaction
Remember
is so
how still today
extreme.
is?
Like, I did not expect that her reaction was going to be that intense. Yeah, she might actually have some feelings then. She's just enthusiastic for time. So, don't comment on rumors and speculation. She's just enthusiastic for time.
Hey, I'm happy for you too. I was gonna hug you, I swear. But I guess there's more important matters at hand. Sorry for getting sidetracked. I'm all over the place. Do your thing. I'll be waiting over there by the tank.
He runs off to the water tank and rests against it. He's definitely out of earshot, so I could talk to Vanessa. We need to meet up with Milos so they could hear about my vision.
I swear, Fortaime can be so insufferable. Be glad you don't work with him as much as I do. He keeps things interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying. Hey, don't be so harsh on the guy. Actually, I kind of have a thing for him. Can't we all just get along? Actually, yeah.
You mean you and Fortaime? Trust me, that's the last thing I expected to hear. It's just one of the many things that don't add up today. Fortaime would never willingly walk away from us. He'd only do that if he's not allowed to listen in. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had a vision, didn't you?
Yeah, a really bad one, Vanessa.
Oh, really? I knew something was off. You seemed different. I didn't want to bring it up, but now I know why. Should we go to the Grand Tree then? Might be good to discuss this in private. If I tell the villagers, they won't bother us.
No, we need to get Milos. We need to get to Milos, and fast.
Whoa, you're starting to creep me out, Seeress. Involving the Elder? That's very serious. But I trust your judgment. I really do. Let's grab Fortaime and head to Miles' place. If it's actually that bad, you should be there with us. Just promise me one thing. Do your best to keep calm. Some of the villagers are already looking your way. If they see you freaking out, they'll freak out too.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!